Hi everyone and welcome to this channel. This is Adenine and today we will be playing NBA 2K25. Today's matchup is between the Boston Celtics facing the Chicago Bulls. Alright, let's do this.
Let's meet your Chicago Bulls. At forward, 6'7", number 44, Patrick Williams. At the point, standing 6'5", number 17, James Harden. At guard, 6'5", number 0, Kobe White. At small forward, standing 6'5", number 8, Zach LaVine. A 6'10" center, number 9, Nikola Vucevic.
Welcome, everyone. We have a very special treat for you here. No trick, it's the NBA on Halloween. It's a special October 31st matchup. Tonight, it'll be the Boston Celtics going up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Chicago, LaVine and Williams up in the forward position. White is out there with Harden. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 spot. Halloween night. Greg, and this game should be a treat.
Yeah, fun holiday makes for a fun atmosphere. Expect this crowd to be engaged.
Now here is Holiday. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Inside. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. And it goes down 2 points.
Nice little finish there inside from Tatum. He is so quick to get up when he's near the rim.
Outside, White. Outside, LaVine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. No good from outside. For Chicago, they won their last contest, that game against the Hornets in Charlotte. And that one good.
I like that from White. Attack in the heart of that defense.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game, guys.
All right, David, thanks.
Clean.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's White. Outside, LaVine. Nailed from three-point land. LaVine's got 5 minutes.
Well, LaVine is a volume three-point shooter for a reason. More often than not, he's going to make them.
Brown with the screen on Williams. Knocked away. LaVine with it. Now guarded by Tatum. Bean passes to Williams. LaVine against Brown. Pass to Harden. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. The Celtics have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Here's Holiday. Vucevic with the rebound. The Bulls have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season.
Sweet.
It was your first year as an NBA assistant.
Let's go.
And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season.
Oh.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available. Some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Here's Williams. Kick out to Levine. They get it back. And it's Vucevic missing.
Excellent coverage defensively, making it hard on him.
And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from
They went underneath
a year ago. Number 1,
the basket.
Celtics.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top of that list.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Bulls. Dosunmu comes in for White. Celtics also with a sub. Mason, he checked in for Tatum. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Let's hear it for all our dancers. Substitution on the court.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Harden, rebound by Jamison. Celtics leading by 3. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player, I am the system"?
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, "I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck, the breaks of life." Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you.
That's what Reid brings to the table. He's got an impressive combination of strength and mobility.
Jamison with a screen on Harden to the paint. Jamison, no luck. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game.
No.
Inside. And it's Dosunmu with the jam.
And a long wind-up and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Mason looking around. No good on the triple. Now Levine. Dosunmu, the pass to Levine. A miss that time would have put him up. It's all tied in Chicago. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. I think we have a beautiful game now.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Tatum, also Jamison out there. And it's Walsh in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Tatum. Here's the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
And it's the Celtics with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Nice shot by Jamison.
Passing out of a pick and roll. Tatum's such a good decision maker. You want the ball in his hand.
Now here's White. He has yet to score. Pass to Dosunmu. Smith kicks to White. Clock at 6. Now here's Reed.
Oh,
And
sweet.
it's off from three-point range. Tatum down low. Guarded by Reed. Tatum's shot is off. Mason the pass to Tatum. Jamison with a screen on Smith. There's
Sweet.
Tatum's range on display.
And look, when Tatum is running the pick and roll, the majority of the time, he's looking to score.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. So for the Bulls, Williams, he's checked in for Jalen Smith. And it's Harden in for Buzelis. Porzingis is checked in for the Celtics. Holiday comes in for Pritchard. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Harden. The Bulls with another miss. Celtics leading by 3. Here's Mason. Outside for Jamison. Outside Holiday. Down low. It's tipped. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession.
Boston ball.
And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Sunday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Monday, they'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, that one's going to be game number 9 on the year for them. Really starting to get towards the meat of things by then.
And the Bulls making a change here. Levine's checked in. Just 5 on the clock. Tatum a screen. Mason for 3. Reed with the rebound.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Williams gets the bucket.
And the passing ability of James Harden, elite.
Here's Holiday. Hasn't made one yet. Tatum setting the pick for Holiday. Tatum at the elbow. Outside, Jamison. Screen by Porzingis. Nice shot by Jamison. Jamison's got his second bucket of the night.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Williams. Levine, that's good.
A well-practiced shooter. Levine has complete confidence in his shooting motion.
It's hauled in by the Bulls. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Tatum with a screen on Reed. Shot's good from Mason.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Outside Williams. And White kicks to Levine. Another three for Chicago.
Defensively, they just look out of sync.
Man, they're killing me on the three right now.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Vucevic, he's checked in for Naz Reid. And then for Boston, Brown, he's checked in for Jamison. And Derek White subbed in for Jason Tatum. And 1:01 left to play in the first half. Holiday looking for an opening from outside the arc. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Harden with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Harden gets the bucket.
And no one hits a pull-up like the Beard. I mean, he's perfected the quick stop and pop, and that thing is a deadly shot.
Now here's White. Porzingis sets the pick for White. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Levine can't hit. Celtics trail by 4.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Holiday against Harden. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's White.
I meant
And
to
that'll
press
do it for the first
triangle.
half. A competitive game so far. In Chicago, they lead by a bucket. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Billy Donovan. Coach, it's been back and forth in the first half. What's it going to come down to?
Well, obviously it's close. We know we're playing against a great team, so we just got to keep grinding and keep playing.
We'll see how it turns out, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule. When players look ahead, how much are they circling particular games on the calendar?
Well, I don't think this generation of players still use paper calendars, Ernie.
Showing your age there, old buddy.
I walked into that one. And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this arena, man. They fed off that. Big time home court advantage here.
Some of the loudest fans in this league. It's like having a sixth man on the floor. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, we travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Derek White at the line for three.
Vucevic in at center with Williams next to him. The wingmen, White and Levine. And it's Harden in at the one. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. And that one falls for White.
Well, talk about a guy who gives you exceptional effort. Derek White is always watching the floor for gaps he can fill, places he can make a difference in the game.
And he sinks the second.
Nice.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5
One
seasons
more.
with the Spurs, and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
And he makes all 3.
Perfect.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown.
What?
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Levine finds Williams. White against White. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Shot
No.
clock at 6. Vucevic with the bucket.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Where's Tatum? There you
Now
are.
here is Holiday. Still without a basket. Screen by Porzingis. And here's Tatum for 3.
Oh.
Rebound by the Bulls. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to White. 3-pointer. Rebound Boston. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. The screen from Brown. The 3 from Tatum.
Yes.
Oh, Tatum from the parking lot. I know it's a long 3, but for guys like Tatum, that's just a normal shot.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. It's time now to look at the NBA's toughest defensive teams from a season ago. Number 1, the Celtics.
Defense was their identity, and that's how they're going to beat you. And they did it better than anyone in the league.
Harden outside. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Check out some stats. Good
Nice.
season for him last year. Last year averaged 17 points a game, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And no secret, he can score the ball. Number 1 on the team last year.
Yeah, they rely on him to be a play creator and terminator. So challenging to plan a defense for him.
Here's Porzingis. And another basket for Boston.
Expertly executed pick and roll by Porzingis, dropping into a good scoring position right off the screen.
Now here's White. Pass to Harden. Vucevic is screen on Holiday. Harden.
Oh, no.
Making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 1-point game. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum over Williams. Tatum no good. Chicago's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Williams dishes to Harden. Back to Williams. And he uses the glass on the way. And now a 3-point Bulls lead.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Chicago they're making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Mason, he checked in for the Celtics. Stan, I've always admired you. Come from a coaching family. Was there a point growing up you knew you wanted to be a coach?
Yeah, look, I loved being around the game. And so two things happened that drove me into coaching. Number one, I loved baseball and I couldn't hit one. So that was out. And I wasn't a good enough basketball player to go on that way. So if I wanted to stay involved in the game, that's when I knew I wanted to be a coach.
But your dad had a little bit of that in his background. I say in a little kind of tongue-in-cheek, right? He was a guy that led the way in your industry.
Yeah, my dad coached for over 40 years, and I think he had a great passion for it and always used to tell us that he never actually felt like he worked a day in his life. He loved it so much.
Following in his footsteps, terrific score. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. In the corner, it's Levine. Pass to Reed. There's the triple. The rebound by Mason. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
That time, converting off the catch. Harden showing a little bit of everything tonight.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Brown outside. Tatum with the screen on White. There's Brown with the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And they pick up 2. Harden's got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Drills the three-pointer. 8 points for B-Train. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Harden. Pass to Reed. Wide open. And Tatum pulls it down.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Mason inside the line. Yes. The shot from the wing. Mason's got the game tied up here for the Celtics. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Yeah, well, he looked like a pass-first point guard on this assist. Incredible instinct to feel the play develop and set up the score.
3 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. On the floor for Boston, they've got Jamison. Tatum out there with Mason. And it's Tillman in at the power forwards position. And so Harden will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Misses the baby hook. Boston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Jamison, a screen to the inside.
Oh, come on.
Reed. Down low. Here's Bruce.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
Tatum passes to Tillman. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Bruce.
Yeah, easy call.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And another thing they've been doing all game long is knocking down the three. Shooting has been a big part of their game plan tonight.
Ooh.
No good on that one. Drew Holiday is checked in for Boston. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Chicago leading. Pass to Williams. Now here's Dosunmu, guarded by Mason. Dosunmu, the pass to Reed. 5 on the clock. In the corner, it's Buzelis. The Bulls need to get a shot off here.
Ah, sweet.
Hit. The Celtics shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Jamison. Lays it up and off the pretty assist.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. For the Bulls, Vucevic checked in for Reed. Zach LaVine comes in for Buzelis. And it's Kobe White in for Dosunmu. And then for Boston, Porzingis is checked in for Jamison. Jaylen Brown comes in for Tillman. And Derek White subbed in for Mason. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. Now, with this game up for grabs, Coach told his guys to think positive. He said, "We know this game is ours, fellas. We've earned it. I need you to show me right now that you want this. Can they get it done? We'll see, guys."
Thank you, David. The 3 from Harden. Holiday with the defensive effort.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury the ball.
Yeah.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
And so Harden will bring it up for Chicago. Pass to LaVine. Stolen by Tatum. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. The screen from Brown. Tatum no good.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
I did. I definitely did.
It's good.
Oh, come on.
Time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
Those are some veteran instincts there by Booth. Knowing the situation and giving his team needed points.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
Let's hear it for your incredible.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Holiday up top, guarded by Harden. Here's Tatum, and that one hits back iron. Chicago has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Offensive rebound. There's 1:54 left in the 4th. Brown sends a screen for Tatum. Pass to Brown. Outside, White. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Harden outside, beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game. Tatum setting the pick for Brown. Outside Holiday. Launches a 3. Bangs home the
Sweet.
trifecta. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Well, we talk about ice in his veins a lot, but this guy personifies that. What a clutch shot.
Harden with it. Foul probably by Tatum. Harden gets the bucket.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Outside Holiday. Lets the free fly.
Ooh.
It's all in by the Bulls. Outside White. Here's the drive. Tatum deciding where to go with it. And
Yeah.
hammers it home.
Assisted.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harden's shot is off. Holiday the pass to Tatum.
Oh,
And
yeah.
foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
So when Tatum stays aggressive, he gets to the line a lot.
For the Celtics, Jason Tatum. 2 shots.
All right, let's get our 2 right now.
He hits the
Sweet.
first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
White drives in, and White slams it in.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Turning here to our analysts. What factors, guys, come to your mind?
They need a quick basket here.
Yeah, and if they can get a decent look from 3, that's the shot to take. Not a lot of time to work with.
Let's hear it for all our dancers.
Here's Vucevic. It's good.
Oh.
And now they trail by just 4.
That's fine.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And so they foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Boston, Derek White. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
We'll take it.
So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Outside Williams. Lets it go with the three. Knocks down the three.
Oh, wow.
Here's Holiday. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
I was about to say that seals the game, but never mind. These guys want to keep on going.
Shooting for Boston, Drew Holiday. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Put me at 5 right now.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game. There's Williams with the three, missed. So we see Boston get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Jalen. A long season. What do you guys need to do to keep it rolling?
Just keep finding consistent rhythm with each other. Keep playing the game the right way, executing the game plan, and just do your job. We'll be fine.
You all did the job tonight, man. Congrats again on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. With Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks, on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jason Tatum.
Alright guys, this has been Adenine. Thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much.
PlayStation